Sharp Customs. We're rolling. We got the dogs roaming around here. We got Mr. Max here. Got Oscar over there. What do you guys want? You're not going anywhere. Lay down and relax. Yeah, we're going to shoot a video. Yeah, we're going to do a video. Righty. Let's get right at it. We got the yellow Baja Coupe sitting here on the table. Yeah, I finally got nice new grill shroud, airbrushed up. The body itself needs a wash. Motor, gonna figure out some type of, it's just sitting here, some type of quick clip system, because you need, you know, you need to get at this here to plug in your battery down inside here, and put new shocks, not new shocks, better shocks. The shocks that were on here were totally done. They were done, so I stole some more parts off of this this Baja underneath the table. I've just been scavenging parts off of it. I've got use for this radio box already with the radio. I've just been scavenging parts for it. I got it cheap. Put rear shocks on it. I swiped the axles. They were actually a little heavier duty because both the axles in the back of this one were, one was missing a cap. It's a little plastic thing, goes over the pin. Yeah. So I put the ones out of there in here, plus the ones in here, they're both bent. So I put straight ones, and they're heavier because this one's sold. This one's going down the road probably this upcoming week. I've just been kind of going over it. Had to do the shroud, change the shocks, the axles, a couple little other things, like I say, mount the motor. The guy wants a hood and the side skirts because he's not sure if he's going to use this in there. He might enclose it, which would be cool. But yeah, so another one of my babies off to, you know, off to a new home. So I'm going to have to build another one now because I just got rid of the other one, the root beer and metallic one, and now the yellow one. I told the guy who is buying this that he can, yeah, he can buy the car, but he can't have the trailer hitch. I got to take the trailer hitch off. I said, unless you want to buy the trailer with a boat. No, he said a trailer would be okay if it was one of those old style, you know, camper trailers that you could tow behind. Like, I think the Teardrop, or maybe one of the other ones. Maybe one of those streamline jobbies. Probably the Teardrop behind this would look cool. But, you know, come on. Who pulls a camper behind their hot rod? Cool idea, though. Anyhow, we're going to jump over here. I got the jet boat sitting on this table. Yeah, I did a big cleanup tonight. My daughter was, she kind of took over the garage yesterday because she's like me. She's a procrastinator, and she's off to Comic-Con in Toronto tomorrow. And she pulled a frickin' all-nighter making her costume. And of course, I stayed up till like 4 in the morning, you know, doing some gluing and airbrushing. And I will post some pictures of her costume when I get them. Her wearing the stuff. We thought about shooting a video on that stuff. We'll most certainly do it next time. But make sure that when you go to my channel, always go in and check out the community. There is a little, you know, there's a little button there that says community. Scroll, look for it, man, because I post still pictures and I comment in there all the time, and nobody ever goes in there. Nobody ever goes into the YouTube community. But I will post some pictures of her costume in there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's kind of elaborate. All made with cosplay foam. You know, quarter inch, I think, something like that. But yeah, that's pretty neat. But anyhow, we're on to the jet boat. I got a package late tonight, believe it or not. I don't know how, like, what was that? Like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago? Yeah, like, I don't even know what time it is right at the moment. But, yeah, so we're gonna open this up. I'm gonna show you what I got. This is, I already know what's in the box. It's for the jet boat, and I've been waiting like a week and a half or so. But I'm just gonna throw my glasses on because I didn't open up everything. But yeah, I'm not gonna say where it come from because that's my secret, and they don't want to help me help them promote their company because, you know, I'm to them I'm low budget, and they don't you know, they don't even do the yeah, go ahead, honey. No. Give me time to think. But yeah, they don't even consider you know, any type of whatever they call it, you know, YouTube type sponsorship to test out their products and stuff like that. So I will just carry on buying the stuff and using it, and if I find something that's crappy, well, then I'll let you know who the company is. But for now, I'm just going to show you. So I got the power plant for this. Now, in the description, when you're on this site, it says that you have to buy this separate. It's like 10 bucks. You know, $9.99 USD. A ripper cord, you know, for the motor. One was in the box. Do you believe that? One came with the motor, but yet in the description, it doesn't show this. It says sold separately. Yeah, of all things, the rip cord. Come on. I have a bunch of these up for the Zenoas upstairs. Another little surprise. Another little surprise that was in the box that I didn't know. Got these cool motor mounts, which I ordered a set from the same company. These came in the box. And I was like, huh, wouldn't that be interesting if I have two sets? Got a wrench, some Allen keys, that's kind of cool. Got a spark plug, yeah, spark plug for the engine. Got the fasteners to probably put the ripcord on. Got another carburetor, yeah, carburetor gasket, spare carburetor gasket. Of course we get the manual. And now this is not, I'll tell you right now, this is not an authentic Zenoa. I'll tell you that right now. This is what they call, it's right on the casing. It's a QJ. But you know what? I don't care. You know, these things, let's face it, man, you know where they come from, and they're all, the components are manufactured in the same place. That's kind of nice that they taped off the you know, the exhaust. That was kind of nice. But yeah, you got your, they even put a velocity stack. It didn't even show a velocity stack in the picture. What is this carburetor? This carburetor is, I see some stamp numbers. I'm gonna have to look at it a little better. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's a China-made one. It's not a Wabro. Wabro. Wabro, I believe, is US. You know what? Brand new. Like I say, it all works it all works the same. We've got the double ignition setup. You know, we've got our coil here, and then we've got our secondary, you know, trigger here. But yeah, nice. That's gonna sit in there right around there somewhere. And I will be running. We'll just set this here. And cheap. Cheap. That's all I'm gonna say. Cheap. Look at that. They even put a plug. Isn't that fancy, man? They even put a plug in the spark plug hole. Keep, like, nice packaging, man. Nice packaging. I know it's not a pure 100% Zenoah. The difference being, you know, China, Zenoah's Japan. I don't care. It's all manufactured over there in the same place, or places, somewhere. But I've had these before. These things work. They work just as stout as an authentic Zenoah. You know, a lot of people don't like the, you know, there's another one which is CY, that's Changyang. QJ, I'm not actually sure what that stands for, but yeah, there's so many. There's so many. I'm not even going to get into that. So, I got a couple more packages in the cardboard box that come with this. And I said, well, okay, I got the motor. I already know what this is. I'll open it first. It's the, it's a clutch to go on the motor. It's going to extend it, oh, well, whatever that length is there. So it's going to extend it, you know, a couple more inches. Comes with the bracket and everything. I'm not gonna rip this stuff open, but yeah, yeah, you'll get to see it in another video. But yeah, the clutch, and I was like, I wonder what the third thing is in the box. It's kind of a mystery because I only ordered 2 things, and it was like, huh, look at that. Like I said, you know, like $9.95, $10, something like that. And I know why, because I thought they were aluminum. That's not aluminum. They're steel, and that's fine. But so now, as you can see, I've got 2 sets. So that was kind of a bonus because, like I said, with this motor, you know, they didn't show a spark plug wrench. They didn't show fasteners. They didn't show a gasket. They didn't show a ripcord, and they certainly didn't show motor mounts. So, you know, those few items were kind of a surprise. They were kind of a bonus. So now I got 2 sets of motor mounts. We're gonna okay. I'm just gonna dump it all in the jet boat for now. Not the packaging. That's where it's going. It's all going in the jet boat eventually. Because I got another upcoming project, because seeing how I sold the yellow coupe, I'll just set this stuff over here on the chair. Because I sold the yellow coupe and I sold the burgundy coupe, the only coupe I got left is Steven's sitting up there on the shelf. The fellow from the Isle of Wight, that's his coupe and his boat. Maybe I should make him a trailer for the boat that he can tow behind his coupe like I had. And I'll paint them both the same. I think I'm painting them both the same anyway. And you'll have to come back and watch, because I bought the paint for his car and his boat. And I've just been waiting, you know, kind of doing stuff. We're gonna move the jet boat. It's so light. We'll just set this here. And I'm gonna use this table. You know, just another short video from Sharp Customs. You know how it is. So this is my next project. I'm not really sure when I'm going to get started on it. I already kind of started on it, but you saw in the video I was making the frames, and I still haven't finished one. But that's the one I started. These pieces of quarter, they were just tacked in place just to kind of hold it so I could square it before I tacked in the leaf spring holder and the shock riser. But what I came up with for what I'm thinking, so I had a Grand National in a box, if you remember, a while back, which is Rayco. It was a Rayco Grand National. I put some stuff together. Here you go. I put this crazy motor, you know, reed valve motor, the gearbox. I don't know if I showed this. What the? Well, the screws just aren't tight. But, so it's got like swing arms, you know, like trailing arms. And normally these things fasten to the chassis that the motor plate kind of mounted into. Well, I made these brackets here to hold these, and I got it all set up. It's all one piece. We've got motor, suspension, gearbox, and what I'm thinking is this is gonna go something. So these, my magical marker marks, are where the axle will be, and I've got the clearance between the shock and the tire. Yeah, I love these tires, brand new. God, I wanna smoke show them so bad. But okay, I've got a straight axle right here, and I don't think I'm gonna use this straight axle. I might try and modify it. I got this from Rob Valentine. Nice, very nice straight axle. You know, it would need a little bit of work if I was going to actually use it. You know, bigger bolts definitely here. It's a nice piece though, man. Nice polish job, nice cast. I'm just using it right now for mock-up. So the idea is to do one of these hot rods. This most people would say, oh man, you're building, it's a rear engine, you know, car. Well, yeah, normally the motor's only up here a little further. But what I want to run wides all the way around. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I want to run wides all the way around with a coupe body. That's going to be how I'm going to fasten this. That's pretty straightforward. That's pretty simple. I can just make some tabs right off the bottom of the frame to catch that lower engine plate. Everything's in there. You know, obviously this is going to sit up a little bit higher to give me some suspension work. My wheels are trying to roll away. I wish I had a body cut right to sit on this, because I did kind of have it set up. Looked pretty bitchin'. Now you're gonna say, oh, you don't have a body for it? No, but if you look right over there, I've already got my 4-piece split mold coupe all laid up. I gel coated it this morning. It's ready to rock and roll with some fiberglass, and I'll be picking away at that. You know, I'm picking away at a lot of little projects. This, I still got the frame to finish. I still got a cast. You know, probably an I-beam. Not sure if I'm even going to use this whole frame. I might actually chunk it right here. I might chunk it here once it's plated, you know, to this engine mount somehow. And I might actually eliminate this back section, because for these coupe bodies, if you're not running the whole fender system, which now there's another thing. I thought about running the whole fender system. Problematic there is I would have to widen the rear fenders 1.5 inches on each side. So I'd have to take that, you know, the big fender section, and I'd have to slice it over the rear fender, down the running board, up and over the front fender, because the front would also have to be widened 1 inch. 1 inch at the front, 1.5 inches at the back. I wish I had one of those laid up. I've got one in gel coat, I just haven't got around to glassing it. I think that would look pretty crazy with like the big fat wide fenders tapering off to the front. You never know what road I'm going down with one of these projects. But yeah, there you have it, man. Sharp Customs. You got to see that one's on the go. Jet boats on the go. We got more coupe bodies on the go. And of course, we got the 49 Ford still sitting here that we've been picking away at. Kind of. But now there's a lot of stuff going on. I've been trying to cast the impellers for the jet pump, for the jet boat. I am on, tomorrow I'll be doing 8, 9, and 10. Because I haven't got one yet. I'm just going to grab one quickly that I did today. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll show you this. I did some bronze. I wanted to try my hand at some bronze. So this is bronze. Bronze aluminum. So it's copper mixed with aluminum. 90% copper, 10% aluminum. Makes bronze aluminum. But I tried to pour an impeller. Now I can tell you one thing with this. This is so heavy. Obviously it didn't work out. I didn't get, I didn't get all the blades. But and this, yeah, it's so heavy, and it took way more heat to get that copper to melt. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Something I've always wanted to try. So I got this one today. It looks pretty good if I hide that, but these are supposed to come all the way up and be level, with this piece here. And of course this one, yeah, look at it. Yeah, I got it hot glued on there. Overall though, I did turn it in the lathe to get it down kind of to the size I want. That's how this one broke. I kind of hooked it a bit in the lathe. I was just being aggressive because this one's not going to be used. I got to try and make some more, make another one. But I just wanted to kind of size it, see what it looked like. My main focus was how thick the blades were. I love how thick the blades are. They're 100 thou. Nice and durable, nice and thick. That way you can get in there and you can sand all the, the graininess off. And yeah, just before we actually started this video, I got 3 sitting over on the stove cooking up. Maybe when I do the pour for those, we'll video that. I haven't done a casting video. It's been a while. It's been a while. Maybe tomorrow if it's nice out. Because those things, they gotta kind of dry out overnight, and then I gotta kind of cook them up for a few hours just to get all the moisture out of them. And you gotta bake the PLA, because I 3D print my props. Bake the PLA out, and I'm gonna go out there, and you know what I'm gonna do, little fella, Oscar. But yeah, so maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, you never know. But there you have it, man. Sharp Customs. Some more content. Nice short little video for you. Share, like, subscribe. Love you all. Peace. I'm out.